Why are debunkers targeting large channels?
Why do debunkers only go after big channels?
Debunkers going after small channels is bullying.
Debunkers going after small channels is really bad. Just leave them be.
What business is it of the debunkers?
Why are debunkers doing this?
Why do you think you're right?
Why do you think they're
Who are
wrong?
you to say that equipment doesn't work that way?
You're such a bully. Drama, 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 drama.
It's all drama around the debunkers.
This debunking community isn't fun anymore. It's just full of drama.
Where are all the debunking videos? Where are all the ghost hunts?
Where are the paranormal investigations?
Why are the debunkers just doing drama videos?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm your titties. Beardos, widows, balls and ghouls, how you all doing? Just a little extra chatty type thing for a Saturday. So recently I've seen some comments and I've seen some discussions around debunkers targeting large channels or only targeting large channels. And I completely disagree with debunkers only target large channels. So we come on over to my channel here. Now we've got Really Haunted, top 5 stuff, Proving Demons, top 5 stuff, new paranormal channel, not fake. Well, that's not a large channel. That's not an established channel. They did have an established channel, but still not large. Simon Colby, obviously the biggest channel. Ghost Theory, pretty big channel. Dark Arts, big subscriber count, but not a big channel anymore. Really Haunted, top 5 stuff. Haunted Finders, again, large subscriber count, not a big channel. Top 5 stuff. Twin Paranormal, Ghost Theory, big channels. I mean, Twin Paranormal, probably the second or third biggest of the paranormal lot, I guess. Very small channel. Bob Larson, big channel. Famous people from TV, they're not so well known on YouTube. HTC guys, they're quite big. This was random clips that I found on the internet. This is one poltergeist clip. Really Haunted. This is a positive video on a large real channel. The Warrens, Barry Guy, not a big YouTuber. Haunted Finders, top 5 stuff. So, do I target large channels? I wouldn't say I target them. But the way I look at it is this. The biggest people on the platform, the likes of Sam and Colby, Twin Paranormal, back a few years ago, Mindseed, those guys. So the reason debunkers will do these large channels, well, there isn't a singular reason. There's many reasons. But one of those reasons is that's the most popular thing on YouTube. Those are the things that are being believed by people. So of course we are going to look at the most popular stuff and debunk the most popular stuff, because the most popular stuff on YouTube most of the time happens to have the most crap. Secondly, all of us want exposure. All of the debunkers, we have to throw out these videos that sometimes we don't like making. Like, Seg doesn't like making Marky and Amanda videos, but he does them because A, his audience enjoys them, and B, because of the audience enjoyment, those videos do really well for him. For example, when I do Really Haunted videos, they normally do quite well for me because my audience like to see me going against Really Haunted. But now and again I'll throw in a Sam and Colby, because you do a Sam and Colby video, sometimes those videos take off, sometimes they don't. My recent ones haven't. But when they do take off, people then look at your other content, and then they're likely to look at the content based on, well, smaller creators, smaller fakers, smaller channels, positive and negative. Swings and roundabouts there. And some of the debunkers are doing this full time now. Of course, we've got targets to meet to a degree, not set out by anyone other than ourselves, because our mortgages or rent, or gas, electric, and all the other stuff, tax bills, all has to get covered by us working on the channels. But it seems that some people seem to think that by us only covering large channels, like, we're selling out. I don't think that's the case. I completely disagree with that. I'm not having a go. I'm just saying that for me, and I imagine the other debunkers, I disagree that we only target the large ones. You may only be seeing us target large channels because the smaller channels are not hitting your feed. So let's take a look at Real Evidence Paranormal. Obviously, he's been debunking for a little while now. Now, I think Mike, more than anyone, covers smaller creators. A lot of British people. Obviously, he's done Angelo there, which is quite a big channel, I think. Barrier Beyond, I know very little about them. Lindsay Paraquest, huge on TikTok, pretty decent on Facebook. Over here, YouTube, not so much. She was in Ghosts of Britain, but they were only ever big on Facebook. Zach. I did a video on Zach, what, 2 years ago? Zach's a small channel. Adam Mark is a big channel. Ghost Bros are a big channel. This guy, small channel. I covered this guy within the top 5. Obviously, these idiots, the ITC, Dark Arts, not a big channel anymore. Most Haunted, one of the biggest in the UK, but not so on YouTube. Smug Puppy, not a big channel. Paranormal Files are a big channel. Who's this guy? The Other Side, never heard of them. Shotzi and Scarlet, famous for wrestling, not so much for ghost hunting. This guy, not a big channel. Mackie and Amanda are big. Leighton's only big on TikTok. Yasko, big channel. What's his face? Oh, I can't remember his name. I've debunked him. Not a very big channel. Two Ghost Girls, not a big channel. CJ's a big channel. Twins are a big channel. The crazy lady with the Dogman video, not a big channel. The Sheep does small channels. The Sheep does top 5 stuff. I do top 5 stuff, small channels. Dandalf mostly does top 5. He doesn't really do specific channels. The Paranormal Engineer, he tends to go to properties. Flurio, she tends to do psychic mediums. So I completely and utterly disagree with the argument that debunkers are only targeting large creators. The evidence, if you go and look at most of the debunking channels, says the exact opposite. Yes, we cover large channels, but we all cover small channels as well. And it's important to do both, because sometimes the small channels will learn from us. Other times, these small channels, we know they're starting to take off. I mean, when I first went at Ghost Theory, they weren't a big channel. They are massive now in the UK. 200 and something thousand subscribers. They're doing very well for themselves. And I'm not firing shots. I'm just saying that a channel that wasn't that big are now massive. So I've seen the argument you shouldn't call small channels fake, and I disagree with that. If you're fake, you're fake. I do understand people saying if you're not 100%, then you can't say fake. I understand that. And I've made those mistakes myself. I said fake when I should have said misguided. I said fake or grifters or whatever when I'm, 90% sure. So maybe I should be more careful there. But if we look from the side of science, then I'm right 100% of the time. But that's not what I believe. I don't believe that. I do believe there's something to the paranormal. I just think it's very, very rare. And there are the good guys out there that, no, they're not scientific investigators, because that's another argument. It's like, why do you support these channels when they are not scientific investigators? Well, I'll watch somebody like Three Spires, who's not a scientific investigator, but at least he's fucking honest. He's an honest investigator. He turns up, he looks at claims, and he films him trying to get some form of interaction by doing what other YouTubers do. And then I do the same thing when I go out and investigate. I do what other YouTubers do because that gets them a reaction. That's what I want. I'm not a scientific investigator. I take elements of science to my investigations. I will take tools with me to investigations that are very, very rarely seen in my videos because it's boring for people. They don't want to see me with an aerometer checking how fast drafts are going in buildings to see if that can account for knocking. I do those things. I take notebooks, but I don't film myself writing in a notebook that the moon is a semi-crescent and the wind is at X amount mile an hour and the cloud coverage is thick. I do make notes of these things, but I don't include everything in my video because YouTube isn't a science project. YouTube isn't a scientific community. There's probably scientific communities on here, but those videos on those channels, I'm not even aware of most of them. There's one I can think of, APRF. They take a scientific, logical approach to their paranormal investigations. I really enjoy them, but they haven't taken off, and it's not because they're boring. The locations are boring. I imagine it's because it's scientific based. And the YouTube paranormal community at large doesn't care about science. They want generic ghost hunting and they want generic scares. Now, the big difference between Sam and Colby and Twin Paranormal is they, as far as I'm concerned, they engineer those scares. They engineer the atmosphere. Whereas me, the people I work with and the people that I watch for enjoyment, we'll get a little bit of atmosphere with B-roll and stuff, but then the rest of it is just talking to walls and then like, oh, right, let's see what happens if we drink in this closed down pub. Let's do whatever at 30 East Drive. So in regards to where's the science, well, there's bits of it in what people do. There's bits of it in what I do. But none of us are scientists. None of us are scientific investigators. And if we were, the people saying, well, where's the science, would probably be very, very bored. I mean, I could put out unedited 6-hour videos of me walking around with aerometers and checking temperatures and the weather and stuff, but who's going to watch that? Maybe a handful of people if I'm lucky. And again, there's the element of people trying to play debunkers off against each other, trying to play debunkers off against paranormal teams, and there are far bigger problems in the paranormal than who I watch and who I enjoy. There are far bigger issues in the paranormal with fakery than, oh, that team you like used that ghost app. But if that team that I enjoy and watch use that ghost app and they mock it and roll their eyes at it, or they say, you know, sometimes you run out of things to say to the wall, it's just something to feed off, then fine. Listen, full transparency, when I see those apps come out, when I'm watching even the teams I enjoy, I do the following. Oh, for fuck's sake. But it doesn't then tank the entire thing for me, because they're not like getting a word through and then running around shouting dude bro and then basing their investigation around one word that's come from an app. I can see the complaints about, hey, this team you enjoy use apps. I can see that, but I can still enjoy that team. But what's worse, that team that will pull out the app and it'll say, I died here, and they go, whoa, I'm sure you did. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and then they carry on calling out, not really paying too much attention to the app. Or people, especially the larger channels, going into haunted locations or allegedly haunted locations and then making up backstories and then making up murder plots and then making up that this crime was committed by that person, children were involved, but there's no rhyme or reason behind it. And then the app goes off and says, I died here, and they were like, oh my god, it said Diane earlier. Diane died here. Murder. Oh my god, she must have been murdered by her husband. And you're like, her husband might well still be alive, but if he's not, the kids are, and the grandkids are. Shut up. That's horrible. Why are you doing that? So yeah, to a degree, I look at channels, you'd be amazed at the amount of channels I get asked to look at, and I look at them, and I'm like, are they just reacting to apps? They're not overly faking, but they're not at the same point running with everything off these ghost tube apps. And it's boring to watch, and it's boring for you guys to watch me watching it and being like, REM pods don't work, K2 don't work. And this is where the big guys come in very, very handy, because when Twin Paranormal and Sam and Colby or Project Fear or whoever, they produce this broken equipment and then they react to it, they react in such an overblown comical way that the debunkers can feed off that, and we can be overblown and comical as opposed to bored. For example, I have tried to make 3 separate videos on haunt media, and I can't make those videos funny because they are so bland and beige. Luckily, the paranormal engineer, you'll see me cover that in a video that's already out, has done a deep dive because somehow he managed to get through their episodes. Because they're not quite as crazy as Mindseed was, with chairs stacking and things flying about and buildings shaking and all of that sort of stuff. It's boring to watch. They're just sitting there with all these apps going off and devices going off being like, dude, bro, that was really scary. It was a ghost. It's fucking not. So to wrap this up, debunkers do cover large channels, but as far as I can tell, all of the debunkers cover small channels. And if you don't do specific channels, you do top 5s, and some of the top 5 channels are not quite so big. We're just looking for new things to debunk, so this new argument of you're only targeting large channels, I'm sorry, but it's wrong. It's an argument being thrown at debunkers that shouldn't be, because it's not the case, and the people shouting about it need to go and check out the debunkers' channels. Someone else that does the rounds is, oh, fuck, drama again. Oh, it's always drama. When's the next debunking video? And I'm like, right, I'm the drama guy. I don't care anymore. I'm leaning into it. Why the fuck not? If you call somebody fake and then they have a hissy fit and cry about it, I'm just going to do my thing. But, right, let's go. Right, so, after this little bit of drama there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 videos before a little bit of drama. And that little bit of drama was me firing back at trolls. That's not drama. It caused drama, but it's not drama. Things flying about in Ghost Theory videos. 1, 2, 3, drama. But that drama was fed off him being a horrible little shitbag. Debunking, debunking, debunking. Drama, debunking, investigation, investigation, debunking, debunking, drama, needed drama, debunking. This was anti-drama. This was putting an end to drama. So I am the biggest culprit for drama in the paranormal community. And people in my comment section, they will comment on a drama video, like, where is the debunking? And I'm like, the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. The last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. Debunkings, or 3 videos, debunking videos, and then a drama, and then 3 or 4 debunking videos. So we look at it a different way. We'll go to my playlists. So this is all debunking. There's only 2 videos in there. Drama llamas. So these are the drama videos, the excessive drama videos. 20. Paranormal bad guys, we'll count them as drama as well then. So, and some of these obviously exist in both playlists. But we'll just count it all anyway. So there's 14 there, 20 there. There's 34 drama videos. 7 most haunted debunk special video. Vlogs 39. Right, there's a couple of drama ones in there, I imagine. So, maybe, right, we'll do 40 and 40. Right, there's 80. There's 80 drama videos. There's not, but that's what we'll call it. 80 drama videos. Live debunkings, 9. Shorts, 33. Check out these paranormal channels, 12. Paranormal parodies, 17. Really haunted videos, 37. Jesus Christ. Your comments, 8 videos. These are old ones. The last one I did, I got short grey hair. Podcasts and live streams, 49 videos. Debunking, 423 videos. Paranormal investigations, 44. Scary video reactions, 80. Gaming, 241. So while I'm the most drama-centric of the debunkers, there ain't that much drama on my channel in the grand scheme of things. And I've seen people say that other, Seg gets involved in drama. The reason I believe me and Seg are more involved in drama than most is we're the bigger channels, no disrespect, no punching down at anyone. We are the larger debunking channels within this community. There are bigger debunking channels than us, but they don't integrate with, John Wolfe. He doesn't really integrate or bother with any of us, which is absolutely fine. I'm not slating him. But what I'm saying is, for the 2 of this community, this little niche, the 2 bigger creators, maybe the reason we have all the drama is because we are the 2 bigger creators. And when we put out videos debunking or calling somebody out for something, because it's not always that's fake. Sometimes it's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's immoral, that's wrong. When we do that, people fire back because they will start to get comments off people that have seen our videos. Or they'll get comments calling them out anyway and then blame me and Seg because we've got big targets on our chests. It's those bastard debunkers. That's why people are not believing every word anymore. But that's just my thoughts on it. I've seen a fair few people saying, there's too much drama. I agree. But the debunkers, they do the debunking videos. They put the debunking videos out, all well and good, and then somebody will do something shitty back. Are we then supposed to just go radio silent and move on to the next? We could. But when some of the things that are being said are horrific in some cases, or people are being doxxed, or people are being threatened and blackmailed and all of that stuff, of course we're going to stand our ground and stand up for ourselves. Because if we don't, they'll keep doing it. And I imagine sometimes they hope we clap back, because the back and forth gets them views. It's all a game, it's all about content, and YouTube is not a scientific paranormal platform, it's an entertainment platform. And drama is entertainment, ghost hunting is entertainment, paranormal investigations is entertainment. In fact, everything on this platform is entertainment. But it's what is said about that entertainment. This ghost hunt is 100% real, no fakery. Well, it's not real and there is fakery. Well, that's where the drama stems from. But they're only entertaining, yes, but a lot of people believe that. For example, you could go, how do you change your spark plug? I'm not sure. I'll go onto YouTube. That's happening less and less. People using ChatGPT now. But people go onto YouTube so they can see a side-by-side instruction. I do it with editing. I don't know how to edit something or a new editing trick, so I'll have YouTube open on that monitor, my editing studio open on there, and I'll copy a video. Like, alright, that's how I build this node tree. Don't ask for node trees, I hate them. But those videos about how to change your spark plugs, guess what? Whilst they are informative, whilst they are educational, they're also entertainment, because you'll see a little B-roll shot up the side of a car or a bonnet opening in slow motion. And you don't just get, this is the bonnet catch, lift the bonnet, right, in there, this part, pull this cover off, unscrew this with this ratchet, there's your spark plug. If it's black on the end, it's bust. Put your new spark plug in. Very rare do you see that on YouTube. There's always a bit of a, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to change the spark plug on a whatever car, whatever motorcycle, truck, van. There's still an entertainment factor to all of it. And there's an entertainment factor to debunking. That's why we all have studios and backdrops. You know, Shape's got a horror-themed backdrop. I've got comic book and horror-themed backdrop. Seg's got the masks and stuff. Mike's got his own logo in lights on the back behind him. Dandal's has got his animals on a shelf and, you know, little knickknacks that appeal to his geeky nature. We all try to interject our personality. We all try to interject our own humour or our own disgust, our own emotions and feelings. And called YouTube. Not YouTube as in you are watching. YouTube, it was designed for broadcast yourself. That was the initial tagline for YouTube. It used to be written on there. YouTube, and then next to it as a subheader, broadcast yourself. And that's what we're all doing. That's what the ghost hunters are doing. That's what the mechanics are doing. They're broadcasting themselves. So, for entertainment doesn't really mean much to me. As long as people are honest with it, Yasko does. Yasko's got it in the beginning of his videos, and he's got it in his description. I don't have to go near Yasko. People asking me about Franco. Franco's got it for entertainment things, so I haven't done him in so long. But, as entertainers, we do sometimes have to make videos that we don't like doing. Now, I hated making top 5 videos for a long time. But now I find them funny again. I find them fun again because at least people are pulling strings and being imaginative and not just walking around staring at their phone, waiting for it to say something creepy. So yeah, there's my thoughts. I'm not speaking on the behalf of any of the other debunkers. I'm not putting words in the mouths of any of the other debunkers. I'm not looking for drama with any of the other debunkers. I'm not looking for any drama anyway for a change. I'm just saying that from my point of view, as a debunker, I don't think that we are targeting big channels. I think there's a healthy dose of big and small across all of the debunking channels, and I think there's variation, whether it's top 5 specific channels, psychic mediums, devices, haunted properties like the Paranormal Engineer's doing. He's looking at more at the claims from haunted locations. I think there's a good healthy mix. So no, I don't think people are just targeting large channels just for views and all of that stuff, which I think is where the accusations are heading. You're only doing this for maximum money. If that was the case, I would just make really haunted Sam and Colby and Twin Paranormal videos, and then every couple of months call Proving Demons a dickhead, because on occasion, not every time, but on occasion, arguing with him does well for me. So there you go, just my thoughts. Do please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Try to keep it respectful, because some people are going to disagree with me, and that is absolutely fine. You can disagree with me. Disagreements are fine, and sometimes I look at a comment that disagrees with me and be like, ah, you got a point. Fair play to you. I'll not change anything, but maybe I can take a little bit of that. Sometimes I look at them and be like, are you mad? No, it's just the way of the world. We all think and act different. That's why all the debunkers are so different. Much love to you all. Beardo out.